your boy, coming at you with a different type of video this time around. As you are quite aware, and what you're looking at your very eyes, or looking with your very eyes at the very moment, is this magazine that I purchased many months ago this season. Um, 2017, 2018 was a very special year for the Philadelphia Eagles, who went to the Super Bowl and won it. Super Bowl 52. Now, and the previous year, or the recent year that's passed, was the New England Patriots, who won the Super Bowl. They won Super Bowl 53. Now, Super Bowl 54 is upon us. The question lingers, can the Eagles get back to the Super Bowl? But they got to get to the playoffs first to get to the Super Bowl. But the question is, do they have the right roster to make a trip back to the promised land? So, with that being said, hello everybody, this is your boy coming at you with a new video at this particular time. I'll put it to the side so you guys can see what's going on. Um, this is the 2019 Philadelphia Eagles training camp video. Now, what you just heard a minute ago is a demonstration or a preview of what happened in the previous 2 years ago prior to this season, 2017 or 2018 or 19. So we all know who won the Super Bowl in 2018. That was the New England Patriots. They defeated the Rams, one of the most worst games in Super Bowl history, a low scoring game. Was it 13-10 or something like that? I'm not quite sure exactly what the score was. All we know, it was a pathetic, low scoring game. But this video that I'm making for you guys today is about the training camp. And it started today, Wednesday, July the 24th, 2019. And we got so many new players on the roster from the NFL, from the previous NFL draft, 2019. All the second, third, and fourth year players, all the way to Carson Wentz, all the way to the offensive line, the defensive line, linebackers, safeties, special teams, coaches. A lot of things has happened from January of 2018 to January of this year. A lot of things has happened. So we're going to get to this very moment about what has happened this season. We've had a lot of free agents that we signed. We signed a new defensive tackle from the Jacksonville Jaguars, who they let go. And the Eagles signed him to a 3-year, $30 million deal to help Fletcher Cox on the right side of our defensive line. The Eagles was able to re-sign Brandon Graham to a new deal. That makes him one of the top 10 high-paid defensive ends in the NFL at the very moment. We also have some guys coming back from injuries. Number 41, we're talking about Darby. We're talking about Rodney McLeon. We're talking about Jalen Mills. A lot of injuries on the back end of our defense that kind of hurt us in the long run. But we had some guys that we drafted, and it took them some time to get to know the defense, to able to get out on the field and play. I'm talking about what's the boy named Avonte Maddox from the University of Pittsburgh, who has cornerback and safety skills. The Eagles gonna have a chance to see where they could put him on the defensive line. They said that he could play safety, but he did extraordinarily well playing cornerback. So, but he's only 5'8" though. That's the thing about it. He's a real short corner, but he plays like he's 6 feet or 6'4". You know, he plays like a bigger safety because he has to be able to run, he has to be able to tackle. The guy's not afraid to hit. So I'm looking forward to seeing him on the field. Now they get to the linebackers. The Eagles were able to get the linebacker from the from Washington Redskins, who they released, and the Eagles signed to a 1-year deal, so he's able to play alongside our other linebackers on that back end of defense, or the middle of defense, if you will. And like I said, we had a defensive tackle that the Eagles also signed from the Jacksonville Jaguars, who they cut, and we picked them up via free agency. So training camp is going to be very, very most interesting, though. It's going to be the wide receivers and the running backs. As you guys quite sure or quite aware, this past March, the Eagles were able to get Deshaun Jackson from Tampa Bay Buccaneers for a draft pick, and the Eagles were able to get him and redo his contract. And he has a three-year, $28 million deal. I think like 15 or 16 million that is guaranteed. So he won the top 5 highest-paid wide receivers in the NFL. He's a multiple Pro Bowl player. He's a 2-time Pro Bowl with the Eagles, and he's been to 2 Pro Bowls when he was with the Washington Redskins. So he's a 4-time Pro Bowl wide receiver, 2 or 3-time All-Pro. So it's good to have him back in the fold. Number 10 has returned to the Eagles. We got some guys also via the NFL draft. I forgot the wide receiver. I'm just gonna say JJ. That's his name. JJ, a rookie wide receiver who I've been told has been doing splendid in OTAs, and now training camp is now today. They're gonna see how well they're able to get him acclimated to the offense, get him going. You know what I'm saying? Then we got Carson Wentz, who's back from injury, or pre-injury, because he had an injury before that. He had an ACL at the end of his season. And then this last season, he had a back injury, a small break in the vertebrae in the back, and that kind of ended his season all last year. But he was able to play 7 or 8 games, or maybe 10. I think he played like between 10 and 12 games last year. But they ended his season with the broken vertebrae, and that cut his season short. And now he's more healthy than ever and ready to prove himself and to be a legitimate top 5 quarterback in the NFL draft. I mean, from the top 5 quarterback coming back this season. And he's now entering his 4th year in the league, and he's now 26. And what I want to say, I think 26. Recently got married as well. So, I mean, the guy has a lot going on in his head right now. And then he just recently signed a 6-year, I think it was a 5-year deal, including his quarterback option that the Eagles gave him. So he has somewhere close to $130 million contract for the next 5 years of the Eagles, and he has one. I think he has like 66 or 67 million guarantee of that contract. So I mean, he has re-signed one of the largest contract in Eagles history, and he's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL right now. So enough of Carson Wentz, and go to the running backs. Now we got quite a bit of running backs in this draft class. The Eagles was able to get Mike Sanders from Penn State, who I'm looking forward to see on the practice field as well. I hope that the NFL networks and the ESPN show some footage of Mike Sanders, because from what I've been told, he's in comparison to LeSean McCoy of his speed and quickness. You know, he's not a power back. That's why we got Josh Adams for. I'm looking forward to seeing Josh Adams come back this year, because last year he rushed for like 400 or 500 yards rushing, 3 or 4 touchdowns, but he just couldn't stay on the field long enough because of pre-injury. So I said that if the Eagles don't draft a running back, they do have Josh Adams, who is 6'3", 230-pound running back. He should have picked up some more weight this season, because he needs to get bigger. He needs to get stronger if he's going to play in this league, because he kept getting nicked so many times that the Eagles were able to put him out and put other running backs in. And now we got Wendell Smallwood, who is the veteran running back of that class, along with recently re-signing of Darren Sproles, who is the oldest running back of that entire draft class. And then we got a couple more running backs in the rookie free agent class as well. And so the Eagles got a total of 6 running backs on their roster. 6 of them. I only named 4 of them so far, and then 2 more that they picked up. And so, of those 5, the Eagles are only going to keep 5 running backs. 4 are going to be on the roster, and 1 is going to be on the practice squad. So that's how I see that shaking out. And then, like I said, wide receivers. Now we got Alshon Jeffries. We got Deshaun Jackson. We have Nelson Aguilar. We got what's the other boy name from North Carolina? We got him. He had Deshaun Jackson jersey at first. Now he got a new jersey. I forget the boy name, but so we got a lot of wide receivers, including some rookie free agents and also some guys they bought in through the free agents. So the Eagles got about 8 or 9 wide receivers. They're gonna keep at least 5 on the roster. 5. We know Alshon Jeffrey gonna make it. We know Deshaun Jackson gonna make it. There's a good chance the boy JJ might make it. Then there's a good chance that Nelson Aguilar gonna make it. So that's 4 wide receivers, including the other, the boy from North Carolina. So them 5 guys are probably gonna make the roster. 1 is gonna be on the practice squad. So we're not quite sure how that's gonna work out. And now it goes to the offensive linemen. The Eagles have a healthy offensive line this year, and we are, from what I've been told through Pro Football Focus, that the Eagles are the number 1 offensive line in the NFL, number 1. And that goes by saying, you know, we got Jason Kelsey, we got the bodyguard himself, and we just recently drafted a replacement for the bodyguard, and that's Andre Dillard, number 77. He is the rookie, and he gonna stand beside the bodyguard for this season, learn what he knows, and he should take over that position either the end of the year or the beginning of next season. So it depends on how all that works out with him, with Andre Dillard. So I mean, there's so much that needs to be done. And also now for the coaching staff, the Eagles only let a couple of guys go in the off season. They let our defensive line coach go this off season, and from what I've been told, he's still unemployed. Nobody picked him up. And we also had a wide receivers coach who came all the way from University of North Carolina. The Eagles brought him in last season, and then this they cut him. But when they cut him, he wound up going to a college program where he could be the wide receivers coach at another college program. So now the Eagles are starting all over with a new defensive lineman coach by the name of Philip Daniels. Of course, you guys know who Philip Daniels is. The Eagles, Philip Daniels played with the Philadelphia Eagles. He played with the Washington Redskins, and he's the new defensive lines coach. I forgot the wide receivers coach, but he was already on the roster, already on the coaching staff before. So he's been promoted from the assistant wide receivers coach to the recent wide receivers coach. I forgot to say a lot of these guys' names I don't know, but you guys know who they are. I mean, a lot of changes has happened between 2018 to this season. We had players go, we had players come in, we had rookie free agents, we had free agents, we had the NFL draft class from 2018, 2019, who's going to be on the roster this year. We had a lot of pre-injury players on defense, some guys hurt on offense, coaches leaving, being replaced by other coaches that's already on the staff. I mean, there have been a whole lot of shakeups and a whole lot of guys coming in. So you look at all the talent that we have now, it's going to be impossible to keep all those guys on this roster. So that's why I expect to have a running back to go in the practice squad. I expect to see an offensive lineman on the practice squad. I expect to see some linebackers on the practice squad. I expect to see some receivers on the practice squad. We might have that quarterback that the Eagles drafted in the 7th round. And from what I've been told, he's pretty good. So, but he might wind up being cut and might make the practice squad. So the Eagles won't have a total of should be, let me see, you can get 5 players from the practice squad, now it's 6. So I'm wondering and see what's going to happen with this class that we have now, 2018, 2019 draft class. I'm interested to see what these guys are going to do, and I want to see how they're going to improve, do coaching, do the right coaching, and pick up the techniques from the coaching staff, know the playbooks, and most importantly, learn each other, because if the Eagles get back to Super Bowl 54 this year, everybody going to have to contribute, if you will. It's going to take a lot of that to go down, a lot of it. Because if we don't, or if they don't, we will not make the playoffs. We're going to wind up being flukes for the first time in 2 years. We went to the Super Bowl and then wound up being exited out of the playoffs by New Orleans Saints, who in my opinion, is not really that good of a team. And we got a pretty good schedule. They say it's an easy schedule, but I wouldn't take any team lightly, because we got to play the Chicago Bears again. We got to play the Minnesota Vikings again. The Detroit Lions again. I mean, we got to play that entire NFC North division this season. So the Bears are a playoff team. So these guys, these teams that I just named, the Packers, the Bears, and the Vikings. Of those 3, only 2 made the playoff, and that was the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Those 2 teams made the playoffs last year, so it's gonna be a slobber knock between those 2 teams. So, like I said, the schedule, I mean, that they say it's easy, but it ain't really that easy if you really look at the teams that we playing from the NFC North. 2 or 3 of them 4 teams are tough. So, I mean, we got to me, the schedule is more difficult than what it seems. So I hope that the Eagles are able to maintain their composure, play these teams, and win. If we go 3-13 or 12-4 this year, I'll be happy. So I expect the Eagles lose. I expect the Eagles to lose at least 3 or 4 games this season. No more than 4. In my opinion, it should be more than 4. If we're lucky, we could be 14-2, or we could be 13-3, or 12-4. So I mean, it's kind of hard to say. But I just pray hope we get home field advantage throughout the playoffs, because that'd be the only way the Eagles make to the Super Bowl. We got to have home field advantage. That's the most important. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video on the training camp edition. And among the training camp, I'm talking about the roster, the coaching staff, and organization itself. So I'm going to go ahead and end it right quick. This is your boy, signing out, the 2019 training camp edition. Peace.